How do we make AI agents safer? So right now we're seeing the spread of more agentic tools like Claude-Code, Claude Cowork, and even tools that are pushing the limits of AI agents like Claude-Bot, which is now called MultiBot. This is really exciting, but it also introduces new exposures and vulnerabilities. Simon Willison, who's really well respected in the software community, wrote a blog post where he describes something called the Lethal Trifecta. These are three things we need to manage in order to make AI agents more secure. The first component of the Lethal Trifecta is access to private data. We can think of this as an agent that has access to private files, emails, or databases. The second component is exposure to untrusted content. This means our agent is exposed to content that could give it instructions and nudge it to take malicious actions with our private data. The final piece of this puzzle is the ability to externally communicate. So we have an agent that has access to private data. It's also exposed to content that can give it ideas about what to do with this data, and it can externally communicate, so it could send this data elsewhere. Now, when you look at the trifecta, you may think to yourself, how am I supposed to solve business problems without these components? And the goal of understanding the trifecta is not to completely avoid these things. It's to manage them within the life cycle of an agentic task. We may choose to have a specific part of the task where the agent is exposed to tools that allow it to communicate externally. We can also be mindful of what other tools are present when our agent can access private data. Finally, we can be deliberate about exposure to untrusted content, or we could even process untrusted content to try to avoid a situation where untrusted content carries an injected prompt that is malicious to our system. So whether you are building an AI agent or introducing one to your workplace, try to be mindful of these three things in order to make things a little bit safer.